using a rabbit ringer. So the first thing I do is grab the skin here and make a little cut. Helps to have a good sharp knife. Cut down the leg toward the pelvis. This is a fairly young little buck. Do the same thing on the other side. Cut through in the middle there. Usually take one leg down, just makes it a little easier to get around the leg. Bucks can be a little bit harder to skin than does. Usually if you can get your finger or thumb up under, it'll tear off pretty easy. Okay, so there's that one. See, there's a layer that you can get behind. Set that knife down. With your fingers, if you're in the right layer. Normally I'm not quite so careful, but I'm planning to keep this skin. Okay. Now I'm going to turn him around, and I pull the skin loose all the way around the back so I can get my hand up underneath it. You see that? And then I cut it off to the base of the tail. And then I just pull it down.
This table?
No.
Aww.
So now we have skin completely off and cased and clean. Set that aside. Okay, so now while I've got it turned around, grab at the base of the tail. Cut through just the bone with the shears. Then I turn it around. A little poop there. Take it off. Okay. Well, normally I would have already cut the head off, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is make a little cut to open the belly. Put my finger in there. Hold my two fingers to open to the side so that I can have a place to cut without nicking anything else. And so here's the intestines. Here's the bladder. I usually just grab it first, cut it off, throw it away. Alright. Yeah. This bunny's been dead about 15 minutes. It's already got a little bit of gas in its belly, so I'm going to just remove the kidneys. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Gotta call in my extra cleaning crew. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Alright. So now we have the rabbit open, and what I usually do is switch to my shears, and I'm going to slide these up under the pelvic bone. I'm going to cut through that. I'm going to take one leg off and break the pelvis the rest of the way open. And I'm going to hold on to this, and using my knife, I'm going to cut through.
Hi, Mom.
Being careful not to cut through the rectum. Cut it away from the backbone. Let's see, it just comes out all in one piece like that. So that's the anus and rectum and all, and we're just going to let it dangle. Testicle, going to the cat. Another testicle, going to the cat. And I like to cut out all these veins here, so I usually just slide the knife up underneath so that I can get a hold of them and peel them away as well. So I can cut all of this loose up to the diaphragm. So now we have all of that loose. And I'm just going to cut the liver away from the rest of this. And see, we have liver. Here's, it's not very bright, but there's gallbladder. And I'm going to cut it loose and just pinch it and peel it off. Toss it in the trash. Come here, kitty. I'm going to give the cat the liver because she likes them. Alright, so now we're down to the diaphragm. And what I do is I actually cut the diaphragm out. You don't have to, but that's just my OCD tendencies. I'll give that to the cat as well. You can see liver and, lungs and heart at this point.
I want to see its heart. Mom, I want to see its heart.
So, heart and lungs
Mom,
all look good.
I want to see the heart.
Toss that down for the cat as well. And since I didn't do this before I started, cut the front legs off with the shears. And usually I go ahead and open the chest, cut that through. Oh, pump kicking on, sorry about that. the bony part of the middle of the sternum off. And that to the cat. And you can see it's a little clotty where I didn't cut the head off right away, but it's not, the shoulders aren't bruised. That's just clotting from where the blood sat there, so it'll rinse off. So basically we're done except for the feet. And what I like to do is actually cut the tendons on both sides with a good sharp knife, and then break the foot backward, and the whole foot comes off, and that way you don't have sharp bone edges. And we're just gonna stick that fellow right there for a second. Guess not. Put the foot backward. And there we go. Ready to be rinsed. Excuse the photobombing child in the background.